I'm going to go back in the archives a little bit. This is a guy I liked a couple of years ago, hasn't really panned out, but Jake McCarthy in New Digs now in Colorado, averaged 25 steals per season from 22 to 24 and an average of just 113 games. So when he was getting on base, he was running. Had a sub 600 OPS in 2025. Really down year at the plate for him. And he's been a below average hitter overall in his career, but pretty good chance at regular playing time in Colorado, at least against right-handed pitching. He is never ranked lower than the 98th percentile in sprint speed, so speed is not an issue for Jake McCarthy. He has to win a job. Not really sure how good of a hitter is. Actually, I am pretty sure that he's not a great hitter, but he's going to be in Colorado, should get a shot at some playing time, and I think as long as he's in the lineup, he is going to run quite a bit.
Well, the thing with McCarthy is, I mean, he puts the ball in play.
Mm-hmm.
When you put the ball in play and you happen to be out of fielder and your BABIP's way down, it's happened a couple of times. He's been sent to the minors. Then he gets a little bit of a hot streak. The balls find the holes, and he's back. I mean, he's the same guy.
Mm-hmm.
The team just had the Diamondbacks weren't all that patient about letting him just work him. You don't have to do anything different. Continue to put the ball in play; it'll find holes.
Mm-hmm. But
they just didn't. They didn't have the patience. Maybe you're right. Maybe the Rockies will.
Yep, good landing spot for McCarthy. Who you got for your fifth and final stolen base?
Yeah, I'm going to go down a bit. I've been kind of names people have heard of, and I think I don't know. Maybe you'll be a little bit psyched about my next guy. If you've talked to James Anderson, you realize that he's high on Joshua Baez, another Cardinal. It's more of a deeper sleeper, but I don't see the Cardinals making a big move this year. It was kind of a weird year last year, where the John Mazzella kind of set it up for Chaim Bloom and kind of like didn't do moves. I don't think the team is set up as well as it could be for Bloom to move in, but Baez has an opportunity to clear out some playing time. He's only played, half a season at AA. He's going to need some AAA seasoning, but he's got double-digit steals every year with a good percentage, and he hits homers too. So Baez could be one of those, not so much out of nowhere, but earn his way onto the team and continue to play. There are openings. There are a lot of openings in St. Louis.
Yeah, Jordan Walker in right field. We'll see if he's able to rebound. Nootbaar in left, coming back from injury, likely to start the year on the IL. And of course, he's had plenty of injury issues in the past, aside from the heel issues that he had surgery on. So not too difficult. And Baez is on the 40-man roster now as well. So not something that he's not going to knock the door down right away, but very high upside if he could find his way into the lineup.
Yep, that's the swing and miss. That's you alluded to it. That's the issue.
And my final stolen base guy, also a former Cardinal, Lane Thomas, landed with the Royals this offseason. Kind of a lost 2025 season. The plantar fasciitis. He had surgery on, I think in September, but he's fully healthy now. 32 stolen bases in 2024, 20 stolen bases in 2023. Still ranked in the 94th percentile in sprint speed last year, even though he was playing on the major foot issues all year. Always been elite in that regard from a speed perspective. And the Royals, we constantly heard about throughout the offseason that they really wanted to upgrade their outfield, and they didn't really do that much. They signed Lane Thomas, traded for Isaac Collins. So, I mean, it's Lane Thomas if he's the Lane Thomas he was in 23 and 24, he should play against righties and lefties, I think. And I don't think he's a great hitter, but I know when he plays regularly, he runs, and he also isn't a zero in the power department as well. So Lane Thomas is a very deep sleeper. He's currently going outside the top 500 in NFBC drafts over the last month. So Not a standard size league play, but if you're digging deeper, I like Lane Thomas. And before we get to our save sleepers, we're going to do a little ad read from our friends at Fantrax. Fantrax is the most customizable fantasy platform in the industry, offering the greatest fantasy experience for your dynasty, keeper, redraft, and best ball leagues. Coming from another service, Fantrax makes it easy. Fantrax can import any of your current leagues and customize if needed. Fantrax offers the most in-depth player pool in the industry, including minor leaguers. Do you need a customizable commissioner service for your fantasy league? Fantrax offers more customization than any other platform. Waivers, categories, scoring systems, schedule. Fantrax offers custom solutions for all that and more, and it's free. I know I'm having one of my slow drafts getting kicked off next week on Fantrax, and I'll have at least a couple more leagues on Fantrax. It truly is my favorite platform to play on. I'm not just saying that because it's an ad read, but sign up today for free. Simply go to fantrax.com/rotowire and sign up today. That's fantrax.com/rotowire. Fantrax, the home of fantasy sports. Okay. Now we're going to get into some save sleepers, everyone's favorite category, the headache of bullpens, the headache of tracking down all those saves. And Todd, I'm going to let you kick us off with your first save sleeper. And it looks like we're going to Texas.
Yeah, is it a sleeper? You know, it's outside of the top 200 ADP. Right now, who are the Rangers going to use? Robert Garcia, you don't want him to be your closer, but right now it looks to be that he's leading the pack there. And David Robertson's retired, so we can't keep dreaming on Robertson coming back anymore. Though he didn't, hasn't always come back for Texas, but it's always on the table. You always talk about it. So Robert Garcia is right now my leading candidate, I suppose. Chris Martin, maybe a better sleeper is Alexis Diaz, maybe a true definition of a sleeper. If you draft Garcia, maybe you back him up with Diaz. If had closer stuff with Cincinnati, couldn't find the plate, almost had the yips, right? I mean, kind of reliever yips. But Chris Martin always gets hurt. I do have another name I'm going to mention, but I'm save that to the end from the Ranger bullpen.
Yeah, we'll look forward to that later in the pod. I alluded to my first guy earlier, that it's Griffin Jax of the Tampa Bay Rays. Over the last 2 seasons, 8th among relievers with a 34.9% strikeout rate. He's 5th in strikeout minus walk rate over the last 2 seasons. Elevated ERA last year, but he had a 3.68 BABIP last season. His career prior to 2025 was 2.69, so I suspect that is going to come down quite a bit. Also had some pretty bad home run luck as well. I mean, you look at the ERA, if that's all you look at, which I don't know how many people actually only look at ERA these days, but you would think maybe he had a down year, but it really wasn't the case. He was just as elite as ever. The Rays closer job up for grabs. We mentioned earlier, Edwin Uceda is already hurt. Griffin Jax certainly looks to be the leader in the clubhouse there. And Kevin Cash has a reputation for using a whole bunch of different closers. But, I mean, when Pete Fairbanks was healthy the last couple of years, he was the Rays closer. I think Cash's reputation as a guy who likes to use a lot of different guys in the 9th inning is not necessarily accurate. I think Griffin Jax could run away with that job, and he's the leader in the pack right now.
Yeah, the best thing to say about Kevin, he is very good at using multiple players when he has to.
Mm-hmm.
Previous one closer, now with Fairbanks one closer. It's not like so. I think that's you're absolutely right. Don't get scared away from. Now, does that mean that Jax will get 90% of the saves? No, but I don't think we can just categorically say that the Rays bullpen is going to be split up because it always is.
Right. All right. Who we got next on your save sleeper list.
Guess we're going back to the Cardinals now. The fact that there's so many sleepers on the Cardinals is probably not a good thing. You know?